explaining how to follow the teacher. We should learn how to follow the teachers who have taught us the Dharma, especially those who have guided us to train the mind through the supreme teachings. We will explain it from two perspectives: how to follow the teacher in terms of attitude, and how to follow the teacher in terms of action. How to follow the teacher in terms of attitude. An overall explanation of the attitudes required to follow a teacher. This is a brief explanation. The Flower Ornament Sutra records, once Manjushri, staying with his retinue, expounded a scripture called Illumination of the Principles of the Cosmos in the eastern part of Danyakara. Countless dragons and people from Danyakara went to listen to the teachings. One of the listeners was a young boy named Sudana. He had served numerous Buddhas in the past and planted deep roots of virtue. He had great devotion and liked to follow spiritual teachers. He was impeccable in body, speech, and mind. He practiced the pure Bodhisattva path and aspired to attain omniscience. He was a vessel of the Buddha's teachings. His mind was as pure as space. His determination to pursue enlightenment was free from hindrance and attachment. Manjushri, having observed Sadhana, expounded the profound teachings of all the Buddhas to him. After learning the various qualities of the Buddhas, Sadhana, who wholeheartedly aspired for supreme enlightenment, asked Manjushri, "Noble one, how should I study and practice the Bodhisattva path? How should I expand the Bodhisattva practice? How should I swiftly accomplish the practices of Samantabhadra?" Manjushri replied, "Virtuous man, you have generated bodhicitta and are seeking the Bodhisattva practice. It is hard for beings to generate bodhicitta. It is even harder for them to seek the Bodhisattva practice after generating bodhicitta. To attain omniscience, one should seek genuine spiritual teachers tirelessly. One should follow all their instructions and not mistake their skillful means as false." After giving this teaching, Manjushri advised Sadhana to learn from monk Megashri in Ramavaranta, a country in the south. Following Manjushri's guidance, Sadhana travelled to 100 cities and visited 110 spiritual teachers. In the city of Samanamukha, the boy Shrivambhava and the girl Shrimati taught him how to follow spiritual teachers with 21 attitudes. Sadhana had attained the fundamental wisdom because he first encountered Manjushri. Here, it mentions that Manjushri expounded all the Buddha's teachings to him. After attaining wisdom, Sadhana generated bodhicitta and dedicated himself to seeking supreme enlightenment. Therefore, he needed to expand the Bodhisattva practice. To expand the Bodhisattva practice, one should learn extensively from good spiritual teachers, which can enhance one's cultivation. Here, it lists 21 attitudes of following spiritual teachers. The sutra states, "Virtuous man, when following spiritual teachers, your attitude should be like the earth, bearing all burdens tirelessly. When serving a spiritual teacher, your attitude should be like the earth. When your teacher entrusts you with important tasks, you should not feel weary. No matter how many responsibilities your teacher assigns you, you shall undertake them. Even if they weigh you down, you should bear them. It is your teacher who gives you these responsibilities. You shall have the attitude of a diamond, having an unbreakable will. A diamond-like attitude is firm and unwavering. You shall have the same aspiration as your teacher. In the age of Dharma decline, I aspire to revitalize Buddhism. You too should have this aspiration and courageously implement it. Don't be afraid. We are not only supported by the Guru and the Three Jewels, but also supported by Dharma protectors and all Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. The Buddhas and Bodhisattvas are the most steadfast backing. Therefore, we have strong support. You shall have the attitude of a mountain range, not shaken by any suffering. No matter what hardships we encounter, our aspirations should be unwavering. Our attitude should be like a mountain range. No suffering can shake our faith in the Guru, the Buddhas, and the Bodhisattvas. We believe the aspirations of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas will never decline. We believe the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and Dharma protectors are always present. You shall have the attitude of an attendant, carrying out any task you are assigned. You shall have the attitude of a student, never violating the teacher's instructions. You shall have the attitude of a slave, not weary of any task. You shall have the attitude of a nurse, enduring all hardships without complaint, as if caring for your parents. You shall have the attitude of a servant, following all instructions obediently. You shall have the attitude of a toilet cleaner, free from pride. You shall have the attitude of ripened crops, always being humble. You shall have the attitude of a good horse, free from unruliness. Unlike an unruly horse, a good horse is free from bad temper. You shall have the attitude of a vehicle, carrying heavy cargo to the destination. You shall have the attitude of a tamed elephant, always obedient to its master. You shall have the attitude of Mount Sumeru, unshakable and steadfast. You shall have the attitude of a loyal dog, never hurting its master. A loyal dog will never hurt its owner. They are willing to sacrifice their lives for their owners. Loyal dogs can do it. That's why many countries have a cultural aversion to consuming dog meat. However, in China, some people still consume it. You shall have the attitude of an outcast, free from arrogance. You shall have the attitude of a bull with its horns cut off, stripped of pride. You shall have the attitude of a boat, tirelessly ferrying people back and forth. You shall have the attitude of a bridge, helping others cross the river without feeling weary. You shall have the attitude of a filial child, fulfilling the wishes of spiritual teachers. You shall have the attitude of a prince, carrying out the directives of the spiritual king. The 21 attitudes mentioned above are condensed into 9 in the Training Anthology by Shantideva. Here, we use these 9 attitudes to expound on how to follow a spiritual teacher in terms of attitude. These 9 attitudes comprehensively encompass all essential attitudes of following spiritual teachers. The 9 attitudes are the attitude like a filial child, the attitude like a diamond, the attitude like the earth, the attitude like a mountain range, the attitude like a servant, the attitude like a toilet cleaner, the attitude like a vehicle, the attitude like a loyal dog, and the attitude like a boat. If one follows a genuine spiritual teacher with these 9 attitudes, one will definitely attain enlightenment. A qualified disciple will definitely attain enlightenment. If you follow a good spiritual teacher in this manner, how could you not attain enlightenment? We may think we will lose something, or I, in this approach. Indeed, it can help you eliminate the attachment to I. If you practice with this attitude, you will be selfless. Regard the Guru's mind as your mind. This practice is Guru Yoga. In essence, it means considering everything that the Guru does as your mission. In this way, you will be the same as the Guru. If you can truly practice in this manner, treating the Guru as you would treat yourself, won't you be the same as the Guru? With such single-minded devotion, you will certainly attain enlightenment. To attain enlightenment swiftly, this is the only way. In the age of Dharma decline, this is the only way to enlightenment. Other ways are ineffective. Even if you have extensive knowledge, arrogance will hinder your spiritual progress. Some people may wonder if having such attitudes can lead to enlightenment. Indeed, Buddhist practice is about training the mind. All the attitudes we cultivate, such as humility and gratitude, are encompassed in bodhicitta. If you have genuine bodhicitta, it's not difficult to achieve these attitudes. They are manifestations of bodhicitta. If you find it hard to embody these attitudes, please ask yourself, do I really have bodhicitta? If you have genuine bodhicitta, you can embody these attitudes easily. If you have genuine bodhicitta, you will resonate with your Guru. When you serve and benefit sentient beings with bodhicitta, it will be effortless to embody these attitudes. However, without bodhicitta, it is hard to embody these attitudes. As you engage in your activities, you may forget bodhicitta. Thus, you won't have these attitudes. Your teacher can rebuke you at any time and create various challenges to test you, while others will never do so. A good spiritual teacher is like a good martial arts teacher. I remember when I was learning martial arts, my teacher initially taught us the basic skills. It was exhausting to practice them, and we sweated all day long. As we progressed, the teacher started to teach us some techniques. When we began sparring with each other, the teacher would provide us with challenges. For example, when practicing grappling techniques, the teacher would make us experience pain. What does it mean to experience pain? It means that the teacher first grabs you and makes you feel intense pain so that you will know how to grab others. When learning grappling techniques, we have to experience pain first. Only when one knows what degree of pain one can Just as it is in martial arts training, the same principle applies to Dharma practice. Your teacher can create various circumstances to train you, strengthening your patience, generosity, and discipline. Those who have a teacher are fortunate. If you do whatever the teacher instructs, they will be glad and consider you trainable. Thus, they will be willing to teach you. If you don't follow the teacher's instructions, they won't be willing to teach you. If you don't listen to my instructions in minor matters, it is even less likely that you will follow my guidance in important Dharma activities. Hence, I dare not assign you big projects because you don't listen to me. You might mess it up. Hence, I dare not entrust you with any project. Only if you listen to your teacher's instructions wholeheartedly will they entrust you with tasks to train you and help you grow. If you have generated bodhicitta, I will know. I will gladly help you practice the Bodhisattva path swiftly, because that is what you should focus on. If you don't possess the corresponding qualities, I dare not ask you to engage in the extensive Bodhisattva practice. If I were to assign you a project, you might mess it up. Therefore, I will let those who have generated strong bodhicitta and have better abilities take the lead. Those who are less capable have to wait for opportunities. If you haven't cultivated well, I dare not entrust you with any project. Sometimes I may reluctantly assign you minor tasks. It would be gratifying if you didn't make any mistakes. Moreover, I have to call and remind you frequently, fearing that you might make mistakes.